Oh my god, this is gonna be so fun! Oh yeah, it's movie time! I have no idea what I'm in for. These were discovered buried in the crevices and nooks and dusty crannies of Jazza's studios. We should talk about Jazza's dusty crannies. That was my nickname in high school. These are the folders which in high school art class students used to store their progress, their works in progress, their projects. The point I'm trying to get to is I haven't looked at these for over 10 years and there's actually a really substantial amount of art in here. I was pretty obsessed with my art classes. I didn't pay attention in many classes in school, but in art, it was business time. Now this is year 12. I don't actually know what is what and what the chronological order is. Look at that, some fancy embellishments there. When I came across these, I didn't look in them because I thought there is so much in here and I am gonna be genuinely horrified or surprised and delighted or just interested in the contents. And I wanted to share that with you. Oh my God, this is gonna be so fun! Oh, I'm so excited. This video is gonna be I have no idea what I'm in for. Mullet Joe! Off to a roaring start! This was one of my first original characters. If this was a school project, I was like just trying to make him part of the things I wanted to do. And it was a character turnaround of Mullet Joe. I was really proud of my Mullet Joe character design. It's just sort of unnerving. I thought it was like a love letter or something. No, it's like notes on the Renaissance. 1420 to 1580. Some sort of attempt at an apocalypse. Please tell me my grades are in here. That would be delightful. Oh, apparently Jade loves Ash. That was, I think that encapsulates my high school romance phase. Someone else wrote about two other people's romance on the back of my book. It wasn't Joss loves anyone or anyone loves Joss.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Anyway. Oh, who's there? Ooh, some sort of aquatic gentleman. Nice aqua nipples there. All right, a nice little warm up there. Nice little selection, nice little time capsule. Let's move on to year 11. I was 16 years of age, and this would have been my Viscom folder, because as you can immediately see, there is some product design and observation, and projects on perspective. I remember being highly ambitious as an art student because I don't think these were the objects we were encouraged to draw. I think it was something much simpler. And I was like, ha! I can do better than that! So I did 3 slightly more complex things just to drop the mic and walk away. My art teachers were not my biggest fans. Hey! We have some grades. Got an A. Where was I lacking? Imagination and flair of preferred solution. They didn't like my imagination. Wow! What is it? It's a telephone! That's a telephone. Children, it's Mullet Joe! Yes! The return of Mullet Joe. It's like being rickrolled. Surprise, Mullet Joe! Ooh, more grades. A+. Oh wait, that's not Mullet Joe. It was almost a surprise Mullet Joe, but it's just another. I think that's Mullet Joe. Yeah, no, that is Mullet Joe. Surprise Mullet Joe! I swear to God, that's going to become a thing now. I'm loving it. This is great. I think these were like my very early uses of Copic markers. Not sure what it was doing in particular, but there it is. Pretty sure this had nothing to do with my class and a female paladin. 2020. This is 15 years ago, and I've barely improved. Oh, what? B+? Ah! Where was I failing? It's the theory stuff. It's my poster design from the Melbourne Zoo. It looks like a feral ferret shrieking. If I was the Melbourne Zoo owner and a graphic designer gave those to me, I'd say, get out and stay out, is what I'd say. We're wrapping up. Oh, here's a starship captain. Well, maybe not a starship, but he's dressed like a starship captain, but that's just an ordinary fighter jet. So he's just a really enthusiastic fighter pilot. That was fun, and we're still going. Oh, this is gold. I really do keep all of my art, and I think this is why. It's a snapshot, not only of what I was doing and interested in, but also who I was and where I was at. All right, now we move on to year 12. Oh boy! Oh boy! I forgot about this! I can't believe I have this stuff. So we're being taught to paint with a reference, like many professional fine artists do. They'll have models, they'll take photography, they'll find how the folds of the clothes work, how the foreshortening is displayed to the eye so they can portray it as well as possible. So we were encouraged to create our own references. This was our next door neighbour who agreed to wear, apparently, a shit-stained shirt and stand between two very hastily constructed bars. I think the idea was that was a reference they were in prison. I was being meaningful. Isn't there a subreddit for that? I'm 14 and this is deep. This is totally that. The worst part is if these were found and someone reported me to the police, I could get in a lot of trouble. The theme I've chosen for my folio is captivity. I was trying to be deep, okay? Don't judge me. So obviously in fine arts, in visual arts, we got much more emotional. We tapped into the messages of the artwork. There was no right or wrong as far as style goes. Obviously in Viscom or graphic design, there is a right and wrong way to do isometric perspective or 3-point perspective. But in art, there is no right answer. You can duct tape a banana to the wall and sell it for millions of dollars, and that can be a right answer for some people. So these are my sketches when I'm exploring the themes of captivity. I've got much too cartoony, taken my notes so the teacher could see my thought process. I like this one though. 2 words, no. That was both a joke and self-deprecating. It is interesting to see the process, and to be honest, my notes about my thoughts on the process are quite interesting and helpful. But my God, the stupid stuff they must have had to read kids write about their deep, arty thought processes. Ugh. Oh my God! This is the epitome of the I'm 14 and this is deep subreddit. The image of the poor person reaching in a cage is quite powerful. The image is a bit too busy. Okay, so at least I was self-critical, but I was experimenting, I was trying. Man, I was really going for deep, and it's pretty tacky. Oh, and this is a good one. All businessmen turning their backs on a poor person. Oh, look at this. Even better. This one's really good. As you can see here, we've got fat businessmen, even worse, mind you. The only thing worse than a businessman, I say, is a fat businessman. I did have no life experience or understanding of the world, and I was looking for it and trying to convey it. Not only is he hungry, but his pockets are empty, the poor bugger. If I saw that hanging on a wall, I wouldn't spend long thinking, I wonder what the artist is trying to say. Final one. This was my first final submission. Wow, that was a deeper dive than I expected. All right, now we're on to Viscom, Year 12, the design process, which was a heavy focus in the graphic design class. There are different representations of the design process, but my book, Draw with Jazza, Creating Characters, link in the description, wink, is actually just a book on the design process. Learn more about the design process here. It's basically my Year 12 Viscom class. Oh my God, 42 meanings. I was designing my high school rock band album cover. That's right. One of the rock bands I was a part of as a teenager, I was the drummer, with the band name was 42 Meanings. The album name is Target Practice. Again, I didn't know quite what was meaningful and what was probably territory I shouldn't go into. So this was actually, I remember this activity vividly, and it was one of the coolest lessons I learned from my art teacher. And he sat me down to do an exercise. He gave me a picture and he said, just draw this, you have 20 minutes. So I sat down with the ink pen and I drew it for 20 minutes. And then he said, okay, now draw it again. And I was like, oh, what? Come on, teach. Give me a break. And then it got faster every time. And he was basically teaching me to loosen up. I was like focusing on the details and the accuracy and all this stuff, and he was just saying, do it again, start again, do the whole thing. This time you have less time. Seeing the result of that and feeling the result of loosening up and having more done, and actually more accurately and more with a more fluid result, was really interesting. That's that. Oh wait, one more, and that's a pirate of some sort. I was really into Treasure Planet. No regrets there. So that was a pretty interesting little time capsule of my high school art classes, and then we have the mystery folder. What is that? This is a weird mishmash between some school projects and a lot of personal projects. These are the character designs for my villain in the Paladin animated series that I did. A little bit of a flashback over the screen right now of some of that fantastic content. The Paladin series gets better with every viewing. Flip it up, flip it, dip it, and dive. That's what I always say. Hey! Look at that! This was definitely not for a school project. That's a pretty cool artwork, if I say so myself. It's so fun too, seeing the things I was just obsessing over at the time, whether it be Treasure Planet or Warhammer, and frankly, I still feel as fond of those things as I did back then. Oh my god! That's a caricature I got at a theme park. I remember seeing the caricature and thinking, that doesn't look like me. It totally looks like me. I looked exactly like that. Again, more personal projects. So I was coming up with a comic book series. This is a more cartoony one. Then we have a more realistic, gritty one.
Tell me again, sorcerer, when will I finally get to attack this fortress?
Have patience, my lord. At this very moment, I have one of my most skilled spies inside, so we will know when the city is at its weakest state. First, we burn the inner city, weaken the defenses, and finally, we exterminate. Well, it seems it's just about time for a little fun around here.
At last.
Krakoon, you must contain your thirst for battle, my lord. Your time will come eventually, and then will you reign true chaos.
Now, I actually think these comic book pages illustrate what I've said in multiple videos, and that was, in this phase of my life, I was not confident drawing women, and that is why. Quite a masculine sort of face, fishbowl boobs and broad shoulders, and narrow waist and no hips. So I think that's it. That's the contents of the miscellaneous mystery folder. But I think if I can take away anything from this, it's that even in the work, I found the fun. When I had school projects, I found ways to incorporate my interests, to learn around the themes and the things that I was personally interested in. So even if it was a project on isometric perspective, I did everything that I could to make it fun. And I think that's really important because, as you can see, there's work in here, but there's also just a lot of playing around, and that's really how you learn. Stop! Wait, another clap sync. I know this is random, but we finished the video, we wrapped up, and then in walking out and from the pile I got this from, was a folder I missed. So I'm gonna bloody include it. And the reason is because I think it ties in so well with what I was showing with the design process stuff I learned and how that ended up becoming something I did in my book. This folder really shows how much I put that into practice towards the end of high school and how much it really affected the work I ended up doing later. So I really wanted to just share this with you. There's a little bit of a last extra treat. But this is just such an exact representation of the things I learned and then later demonstrated in my How to Draw book, which is character design. It's the experimental things and highlighting the stuff that works. There's a lot of just messing around and playing around with concepts and really refining the ones that I liked and turning them into a final product. Ah, it's Mullet Joe! Mullet Joe's everywhere. These are actually really cool character sketches. Now, I picked that one as one of the ones I liked, but actually, in hindsight and looking at it now, this is one of the, in my opinion now, better character designs. These are alright, you know, like, as far as trying different things to come up with a character design, I don't think I actually had anything in mind, so I was just trying to throw stuff at the wall and see what stuck, I guess. This is a storyboard for an animation. Oh, we're in Parliament House. Text will come up saying something like, Parliament House, 11:27 a.m. Quiet bustle can be heard. Printers, talking computers. Simple spontaneous character animation will occur with one-shot extras, business people. Bell rings and door opens. People can't be seen at first until door begins to close and camera pans down to the characters walk towards the front desk. Pondy May and Sandra Davies. Sigh. How can I help you? He's a variation of Mullet Joe, this character, obviously. I'm here to apply for the... Interrupted.
Sandra! Haha, sorry, love, but the tours don't start till 12 o'clock.
We don't do tours at all.
Well, then I guess you're just wasting your time.
Janitor says, ha 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 ha! I get it. It's really unnecessary, Mr. Janitor. That's all there is to that's where the story ends. However, I think I animated something. I think we have to find the DVD player. I got it! I'll find the DVD player! Look! there's a menu. It's a DVD menu. Oh, yeah, it's movie time. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, a walk cycle. That's an all right walk cycle. Not bad. What a great final submission. Look how many pixels there are. Oh, here's animation. Here's animation time. Here's Parliament House, 11:27 a.m. The character's walking around. A little ballad. I love how there's a little ballad Parliament House. Oh, please tell me I've done some voice acting.
How can I help you?
I'm here to apply for...
Sandra! Sorry, love, but tours don't start till 12 o'clock. We don't do tours at all. Well then, I guess you're just wasting your time.
That was a good one.
That's it. That's the whole thing. That's not bad. So I've done some parallaxing. I tried to have the whole face and some of the body move. Oh, wow. I'm so glad we found that. I hope you enjoyed this video. I sure did. And if you want to enjoy more fun with art and creativity on this channel, you know what to do. You subscribe, you silly duffer. And if you haven't yet, make sure to like this video so other people can see it. And check out some more videos over there you might enjoy. It's just over there on the side. And ring the bell. You know you want to. Thanks for watching, and until next time, I'll see you later.